It's so bright. Why is it so bright today?
Oh, it's not loud.
Maybe turn off the light. Yeah, that's better. Are other lights on in there?
It's the regular Hudson lights.
Maybe turn them off because it's like the counter reflects the light. Like I can barely see the ninth pans. Yeah, that's better. Getting better. Or can you? That's better. Can you angle it more from the door towards?
What about just this one?
No, light off if you can. Looks better off. Yep. And then maybe if we can just take the tripod and move to the right and then point left. Yeah. Yeah, it's better.
This way?
Yeah, there you go. I don't know, it just seems so bright in there today. It's that sun. We love that sun. Okay. You're live, so have fun.
Yeah. Welcome everybody to another beautiful Wednesday at Seven Summits Lodge. Dino's here with another cooking demo. Today he's going to be doing shrimp carbonara, correct? Yes, sir. Shrimp carbonara. And I just want to remind everybody, starting next week, we're going to be doing live cooking demos on the Hawk's Nest patio. So we'll be able to host members, and they'll be able to eat some of the creations that Dino's going to be doing out on the patio there. At least, weather permitting. We have awning over there, so it should be a good time. Hopefully we get a few attendees to watch his class and eat his creations. So we'll turn it over to you, sir. Enjoy. Check the recipe cards online if you want to try to make this at home, and have fun.
Thanks, Doug. Yeah, like Doug has mentioned, I'm really excited about being able to have members come in and eat the food as well for outdoor seating. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Oh, okay. Okay, I guess I can take my mask off. So I'm going to turn the saute burn on medium heat here. Just going to run through our basic ingredients. Quite a few ingredients for it, but for the most part, it's stuff that we would really generally have around the house. So we have a lemon. We have a little bit of parsley, some eggs. I did one egg yolk and one whole egg, a red bell pepper, diced up and roasted, some pasta. At this point, we're going to use orecchiette pasta, so a little cool there, and then some shrimp. And then we have garlic, fresh black pepper grinder, some kosher salt. And then we have a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some bacon, a little bit of chicken stock, and white wine. Then we also have cream, like a whipping cream, 36%. So it doesn't have to be the heavy, which is usually about 40%. Just the normal ones in the 30% range. And then we have our utensils. We have a whisk. We have a high heat spatula. We have a zester for our lemon and a little paring knife. Okay, so we have our saute pan there, nice, getting slightly warm. So I don't want to add the bacon when the pan is too hot, so I'm going to go ahead and add it right now. Because we're not going to use any oil to saute our stuff with. We're going to use the oil that comes from the bacon, the fat that comes from the bacon. We shouldn't need to add any extra olive oil or canola oil or anything like that. Okay. So usually we want to go a lower temperature. That way we can really get the bacon to release all that oil into the pan. Okay. So I use about 3 strips of bacon, and then I went a little heavy on the garlic. I'm using a tablespoon of garlic. So right now, this is where the patience comes in, because we have to properly render our bacon and make sure we're able to get it crispy as well as use the oil that comes from it. So again, medium low is probably a good way to go, even like on the lower side. We do want to hear it sizzling, but we just don't want to have it burn up on us or anything. So we're gonna just gently render this bacon and let it release all the fat in there. At the same time, it will be browning our garlic. Okay. So at this point, a little bit of just a little sprinkle of salt. Just because it's bacon, it is a little salty already. It's just a little sprinkle there, and then some fresh black pepper. Now, if you want to make this with peppered bacon, sometimes you see at the store and they have some peppered bacon. You can feel free to use that type of bacon as well. You can use pancetta, which is Italian bacon. So really quite a few different ways you can use the type of bacon, shall we say. So we're just gonna lightly brown up our garlic at the same time, crisping up. Okay. And while we're kind of letting that sizzle for a little bit, then we're going to make our cream and egg mixture. So we have, like I said, I did 2 eggs, 1 whole egg and then 1 yolk. I'm going to add about 4 ounces of cream to this. Okay. We're going to take our whisk it around, so it'll kind of develop a nice little yellow tint, like an eggy look. I think I'm going to put about another ½ ounce of cream there. All right. And then usually I like to season it as well. So we're doing a little bit of salt and pepper in our cream mixture there. All right, so that's ready to go. It only took a few seconds, really. So as you guys can see, we have some, I don't know if hopefully the light isn't affecting too hard, but we have some nice browning going on at the bottom of the pan. So anytime you saute something, you really want to develop a nice brown on the bottom of your saute pan. Because we're going to use that to add flavor to our sauce. We want to make sure we really develop the flavor properly, otherwise the bacon flavor is not going to come out as much, you know. And this is the patient part where we have to kind of really just work our pan here. Let's see, we're about a minute out there. Another minute. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and zest our lemon while we're waiting. It's been used a lot, so it's a little bit on the dull side here. Actually, I'm going to put in this. So we're really just going to try and get the yellow part. We really want to make sure it's you don't get any white part of the lemon in there, because that's when it starts to get bitter. So we're just kind of getting the essence of the lemon. You know, this gives it the essence of lemon without the acidity as much. So it's kind of a nice touch. So we have about a ½ teaspoon, which is going to be plenty for a one-person dish here. And then we're going to slice our lemon as well and probably just do a nice little squeeze in there. About another ½ teaspoon, because we don't want to make it too lemony. We want to just lighten it up a little bit. Okay? And, you know, keep in mind you can always squeeze more fresh lemon into it at the very end. All right, back to our pan. Looking really good there. I think we're about ready. We're going to add our roasted red bell pepper diced up, and our white wine at this point. All right. So all that sizzling is really music to my ears there because that acidity from the wine, we're going to be able to lift up using our high heat rubber spatula. We're going to lift up all that browning that we just made. So it really turned our liquid here a nice brown. So you'll definitely know if you brown the bacon properly because you have a rich brown liquid in your saute pan at this point. Okay. So we're going to reduce our white wine. So we're going to crank it up a little bit. Reduce our white wine. Just a second here. Oh, actually, I'm going to go ahead and add our shrimp as well and reduce the wine with the shrimp. And then for the stock, I know the recipe says clam stock, but I'm using chicken stock today. Chicken stock is very versatile, and you can apply it to even dishes made with seafood. It'll just kind of add a nice depth to the sauce. A little bit more sodium as well. And like I say most of the time, when you get your chicken stock, try and get the one that says bone broth. It does have a darker color, a richer flavor as well. All right, so right now we're just going to reduce our wine and simmer our shrimp in there. We are going to add our pasta at this point. So I cooked the pasta al dente, so it does need to cook a little bit longer. You know, it's pretty chewy still, so it's going to help absorb the white wine and a little bit of the stock. So we're going to add the stock now. Let's see here. I think I need all the stock, but I did about 4 ounces of stock, so a half cup. Okay. And then the remaining ingredients should be a little bit of parsley, Parmesan cheese, and your lemon zest and juice, as well as your egg mixture. So with our egg mixture, again, it was 2 eggs, 1 whole egg and 1 egg yolk. 4 ounces, 4.5 ounces of cream, a little salt and pepper. And also I like to add a little bit of the cheese in there as well. And just kind of take your whisk and get it up in there. And then as well, also, before we add the cream, it's going to be the last thing we do is add the cream because of the egg in there. It'll thicken up our sauce real quick. All right. So it's really nice to kind of cook the pasta al dente. That way we can let it able to absorb more liquid. If you had to overcook your pasta, then it's not able to take as much more liquid. So this way we get more flavor into our pasta. All right. So right now we're just pretty much going to reduce a little bit of it. We can add a little bit of our parsley now. Just some good old chopped Italian parsley. And like I said, once we add our cream, then we're about 60 to 90 seconds from being complete as far as the dish is concerned. Because we're just going to bring it up to temperature. 90% of the cooking should be done before the cream gets added. All right, so I'm going to re-whisk this real quick before we add it in there. And then we're just going to stir it as it gets thick. everyone can see what's going on there in the camera. So really, you can use any kind of pasta. Traditionally, spaghetti, perhaps linguine maybe, but really any kind of pasta works. We're just finishing it up, letting the sauce thicken a little bit. About another 60 seconds here. Making sure we're stirring it well because it can scorch easily once we add the cream to it. Okay. All right, the handle's getting a little warm, so I'm gonna take my towel here. And we're ready. We're gonna add a little bit more cheese in there. And then we're gonna plate it up. Oh, actually, one more thing, I forgot our lemon. We're gonna go ahead and leave that in there, stir it in there properly. There. It looks like it's enough for two, actually. You know, if you, I only did half a pound of the jumbo shrimp, which is only nine shrimps, really. So it's really not that much. All right. Maybe just another little touch of fresh black pepper here. And we're going to plate it up. Have a nice oval plate here. I'm going to try and do it where the shrimp is going to be on the top, so that way it kind of showcases it a little bit as far as the protein that we're using. I'm not going to plate it all just because it's a lot. Okay. And then maybe a little bit more parsley. All right. There we have it. Shrimp carbonara. All right, thank you for joining me today, and hope to see you guys next week.